Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live, episode number 112, leading into Rockin' the Sound. And tonight we've got a great episode for you. September Mourning is going to be joining us, Emily. We are also going to have Dark Remedy joining us, and they are going to be giving away an autographed guitar on the show. When then we'll be joined by the lovely lead singer, Nubs, from Lines of Loyalty to talk about the pre-party into Rockin' the Sound. But right now, let's get it started the right way. Oh, hi, Jared. How you been?
I'm just sitting here. Hey, Kevin.
All right. Hold on. All right. So normally we would start with the grudge match, which we got a good one tonight. But we have a packed show with a few bands, and Emily from September Mourning is waiting backstage. She has another interview that she has to get to tonight as well. So we are going to get her into the show right now, and we are going to talk in depth about September Mourning. Emily, hello.
Hi. How are you guys?
We are good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Just chilling.
Thank you for juggling your schedule to be able to be with us this evening. We appreciate that very much.
Yeah. Hey, is that a Coors Light sign behind you?
Oh, you heard the whole thing. Damn it. Good for you.
Sorry.
Good for
I
you.
couldn't help myself. It was just too easy. Anyway.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I like it. So Emily, so when we booked Rockin' the Sound, you guys were one of the first bands. So we did a lot with Alex Gilbert, the booking agent, and you guys were one of the first bands he brought to us. And honestly, I'm not going to lie, I didn't know a lot about September Mourning, but since putting you on to getting you guys on the show and doing some digging and everything, there's some deep meaning behind the whole band, September Mourning. So can you kind of brief us on and give us the preface of the band and what started all of it?
So the band is based on a graphic novel called September Mourning, ironically, right? Yeah, and it's the whole thing is like a storyline wrapped around a Reaper human hybrid named September. And she takes the good souls and gives them second chances at life by putting their souls into other people's bodies. And in doing so, she kind of messes with Fate, who's like the world creator and the antagonist in the book. And Fate wants to take all the good souls out of the world and leave all the bad souls. And September wants to give them these second chances at life. So in doing all of this, she starts an epic war between the living and the dead. So that's kind of like the premise of the comic book and the graphic novel. And we play the characters on stage. We have a whole thing that goes along with it, like on the LED screens behind us. We have, I do a voiceover of the storyline. We have a bunch of different storylines that run. Right now we're on the September's Monsters storyline. We integrate NFTs into our live show. We integrate like a lot of different things. So it's definitely a transmedia project that's based around a storyline. It's not just a band that goes up there and plays.
Wow. That's pretty heavy. How did y'all come across that? Like how did you decide to blend that with music? Were you just a fan before you created the band?
I like looked at the music industry. This was around 2009 when I started thinking about what's going on in the music industry, like business wise, Spotify streaming was coming up. Like, bands couldn't rely on that to make money anymore. They really had to rely on touring. They had to rely on different revenue streams to like kind of like supplement them so that, they didn't have to be on the road for like 9-10 months at a time, because that's just grueling. And so I was like, well, what can I do for this project to make sure that it's not just reliant on like music, because music doesn't sell anymore. It's streaming, So like, it's so funny. We're in the music business, but what really is the music? It's not the music. It's the touring business. It's the t-shirt business. It's the sticker business. It's not the music business anymore. And so I saw that and I was like, okay, well, this gives me an opportunity to delve into my creative resources and to like kind of like highlight different things that I love to do creatively. And that includes writing graphic novels and writing comic books and writing stories and creating costumes and doing theatrical things. And because I came from a performing arts background, I didn't come from just a music background. I did theater, I did dance, I did this, I did that, I did costuming. And so I wanted to combine all of that into one sort of project. And September Mourning grew from me just being a multidisciplinary artist from the jump. And I wanted to like project that into something that I could do on stage. And here we are.
Well, that was a great answer. I was going to ask you your background as to how you were that, in tune to everything. So you definitely have the creative side and the wherewithal to look at the music industry. Like you said, it ain't the music industry. It's all these other things industry. And you see big bands doing it now too, with beer to liquor to whatever you do to supplement.
Licensing is a huge part of the music industry now. Like, as long as you can create an IP, intellectual property, around your band or around what you're doing, then you can license that to like a lot of different companies. And I think that the more savvy business people, like Five Finger Death Punch and those bands like that, are starting to do that more and more, because they realize that unless they want to spend their whole entire life on the road from here on out, they have to be able to have that mailbox money, have that, and it's not going to come from streaming. It's, right. It's not, that's not going to be enough. I mean, we get 0.003 cents per stream on Spotify right now. So if you multiply that and you want to get like $100 or something like that, that's like 280 streams, I think, is $1 or something like that. So you multiply that, plus you have how many people in your band, plus you have to, feed your crew, plus, like, I mean, you can't do that off of streaming. It just it's a non-starter. So you have to look at other things. That's why, for me and the band, it's really important that we branched out and looked at NFTs and looked at different ways to make money off of the IP that we've grown.
So have you launched your own NFT? Are you selling September Mourning NFTs?
Yeah, I was the first female rock metal musician to mint and sell an NFT on the blockchain. So I went down in history as the first one, and I've sold out multiple projects over the past 2.5 years of doing it. And it's really an amazing way to create a revenue share for your band, for your project, as long as you own your publishing and you own the rights to the music and things like that. It's very easy to wrap a lot of stuff around these NFTs. It's basically a token gated access point to a band. It's like the ultimate fan token gated access point, and it really gives you that one-on-one communication with your fans. You can airdrop them things. You can concert tickets to VIP passes to stuff like that. People that own my NFTs get VIP into VIP meet and greets for free. They get 20% off our merch just for showing up at the show. So the NFT pays for itself. It's basically like the ultimate rewards program.
Yeah, then I was going to ask if you had real world things tied to it, but I'm not surprised that you did after all the answers that you've had so far in this, that you definitely thought that part of it through. So that's pretty kick ass. I like that. That's very forward thinking. But what I always like, we talk to a lot of up and coming bands, and I don't think sometimes they all realize that they're just so dedicated to the art and the craft, which is great. But it's like, if you can't sustain that, then you're not going to be able to keep doing that at the level that most of them want to do it, right? Like, you can make music in your room every night forever and never have to worry about any of this, and put it out to the world.
It's the problem with bands, I think, that it's called the music business. It's not called the music friendship. It's not called the make music in your bedroom. It's not called the I'm going to tour without any money music. It's not called any of those things. It's called the music business. Where is your business? And these bands, they don't. Go
ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. That's
no. Sorry. They just don't realize that. So they look at the label as, oh, the label will just provide everything for me. But that's not how it works anymore. Like, the label doesn't, like, honestly, the label doesn't want to provide anything for you anymore. They just want plug and play, and they just want to make money. So and that's their music business. That's their model, and you need to figure out how you fit into that. And you have to be savvy, and you have to know, like, you have to think outside the box.
Yeah. I still hear people, and I kind of like cringy when I hear it. They're like, we're going to get signed, or we want to get signed. And I'm like, that get signed, like I hope you don't mean what it meant in 1986 to 1999. Like that was
Yeah.
a thing then, but it's very much different now. I'm not saying that you can't get picked up by a label and take off, but the ability to do it on your own and on your own terms and own your own shit is
Yeah.
like never before, right? It just takes a lot more sweat equity.
Well, you have to so you have to realize where the power is in music, right? So if you look at Spotify started with a lot of indie bands, indie artists, stuff like that. It wasn't playing with the majors at all in the beginning. It was up and coming artists. It was really pushing that narrative. That was like a big thing for Spotify. It was paying the artists more money. It was the whole thing. When they wanted to scale the business, they had to play ball with the majors. They had to play ball with the labels. The labels own the publishing of the artists. That's the power. So you have to, if you look at how they control Spotify because if they don't get what they want, they're going to pull their artists. If they pull their artists, Spotify revenue falls into the toilet. They don't get their seed funding or whatever they're going after next. Like, I mean, it all falls apart. Like it's simple VC, like sort of like, if you know anything about VC funding. So like, it's like, if you look at that and you look at that revenue model and how it works and where the power lies, you realize as a musician that your power lies in owning your own shit.
Yes.
Because then you can do stuff with it, like make NFTs and da 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 da. I dropped an NFT. I dropped one more thing. I dropped an NFT on Gala Music. Okay, it sold out in 12 seconds. 100 NFTs at about $100 each. You do the math. $10,000 in 12 seconds. You tell me how many streams on Spotify I would need to do to get $10,000.
And you still get a percent every time that NFT sells, correct?
Yes, you get a kickback every time. You get 10% every time it flips. So and now there's more incentives baked into these things. So like on Sound XYZ, which I am releasing a open edition on soon, Sound has a thing where they give you like a creator kickback. So if a collector kickback. So if I'm a collector if you made a song and I collected your song and I told my friend, hey, go collect this song with my link, then I get a percentage of the sale. So you are giving back to your fans consistently. If they flip your music, if they start promoting you and get you really going, and like, trust me, it's been working because our Spotify numbers are growing, even though that's Web 2 and not Web 3. It's working, it's translating. So if they start growing you like that and your NFTs start going up in value and they can flip the NFT, then they make money on top of you too. So they'll buy like 3, they'll flip 2, they'll keep 1. Like you are promoting revenue generational wealth within your community, not just for yourself, but for your fan base. Yeah. And isn't that what we all want? Like
it's democratization of the whole thing.
It's democratization of money. It's stop giving all the money to up here and then all of us are drowning in debt, or we're reliant on these like crazy deals where, hey, take like a 6-figure deal with me and then pay it back for the rest of your life because you'll never pay it back because the interest rate is like the mob. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that stuff needs to stop. We got to stop with that. It's not fair to artists. It's just not fair. I'm a big advocate for artists, empowering artists. And empowering, like, look at Black Bear. I don't know if you know Black Bear, but Black Bear is a pop musician. My light just went off. Black Bear is a pop musician. So you can't even see me. I'm in the dark. But Black Bear is a pop musician, and Black Bear is independent. And he did all of this stuff independent. It's fucking crazy what he did independent.
Well, I think Jelly Roll is another example of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
No. I was just gonna say Jelly Roll is another artist who has talked at length about owning your own music. He was talking about how some artists don't even own their own name, like literally don't own their own name.
No, they don't. And like, how would you like to put in like 20 years in the music business on a name that you don't even own?
Right.
Who are you working for? Why?
Right.
why? Like, what's going on with it? You can't license that name. You can't do any of these licensing deals that we talk about. You can't even do them anymore. It's like it's
Emily,
dead.
where do you get your info? You're very well versed, I can tell. Where do you where do you get this information from? Because you mentioned the artist and creative side, performing arts, and that whole background to kind of tie that story into the music. But what about this business savviness? Where's this coming from?
Probably my dad. My dad's a neurosurgeon, so he's pretty smart.
There we go. There we go.
I think it's my genetics, honestly. But it's also like, we were stuck at home for two plus years in the freaking pandemic. Like, what else was I going to do? I learned about trading. I learned about crypto. I learned about business. I read all these books. I think I read like 40 books in 1 year. Like, I was just like, oh my God, because I never got a chance to sit on my ass and do nothing because I was always on the road. I had to be on the road. I had to make money. So since 2014, we've been out for 8 months every year. So it was like, I didn't have a life. Right. Damn. So like when I was sitting home at the pandemic, everybody's complaining. I'm so sad. This and that. I'm reading fucking books. I'm like reading Nietzsche and I'm like educating myself on Bitcoin and crypto and trading and wash trading and fucking bull spreads on option trades. And like, I mean, I'm like becoming like a mega force over here because I know that when I come out of this, I want my net worth to be like higher than it's ever been because I have 2 years to sit on my ass and make it. So like opportunity, not as like, oh, too sad I can't tour. Oh, boo-hoo. Like, get off your ass and do something. Like,
yes, that's you. I was going to say, why weren't you sitting at home crying and whining about it? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
exactly.
And I'm not going to. And why am I going to sit on TikTok and make 200,000 TikToks for $1? Fuck that. No, I'm going to go on crypto and I'm going to trade and I'm going to make a couple grand every week. Like, what? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Why are you putting all this information on these social platforms that don't pay you? Do you understand that Facebook, okay, everybody likes to complain about Facebook and how bands can't do what they're supposed to do on Facebook because they don't have the reach anymore. They have to pay for it, right? You literally spent all this time creating like hundreds of thousands of fans on your Facebook, and now you can't reach them unless you pay the platform. If that wasn't the biggest biggest red flag hitting us all in the face multiple times, I don't know what was. Yeah. It's literally the platforms are using us as the cows in their like farm, and we are literally the meat that's just stuck in the farm. So they would just like, make the burgers out of us, and we're fine with it. We're fine with sitting there, putting all this information out there, being the entertainment for no money. I'm not fine with that anymore. I'm not.
I am so wishing we were all in a real studio together because that's. I mean, you're preaching. I love it. You are preaching. I love it. Dude, you're right, and you're right. You're right, and that's why Kevin and I always talk to bands. We're saying like, you should still have a website, right? Everybody's like, well, I got a Facebook page. Why do I need one? It's for that reason that you just said. Yeah. Build an email list. Build an email list.
Across the face. No.
Yes. Yeah, build an email list. That's why we do the app. That's why we have a text community. That's why those are the reasons why.
Yeah, like have a Telegram group of your fans. Have a fucking fuck it. Like do whatever you can to directly reach it. You cannot be dependent on a platform. What happens? TikTok went in front of the government like to be banned in the United States. What happens to all these TikTokers that got famous from TikTok if they ban TikTok? They're all gone. Like everything that you have made is gone. All of those freaking stupid videos of you dancing around like a monkey that gave you all of those views. And let's be real, it's so freaking stupid. Sorry to people that love TikTok. Look, it's the best way to waste time is to scroll through TikTok.
Absolutely.
Honestly, the best way to waste time. I have learned so much about lizard people on TikTok. It's amazing. But that is not a really good way to spend your time. Like learn something, like learn a skill, learn how to trade, learn what publishing royalties are, learn why you shouldn't be on Facebook. Learn. never stop learning. But people just want things given to them, especially in the music business. You get these artists are like, oh, I just want to play guitar. No, bitch, you can't just play guitar. You cannot just do that anymore. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
We don't live in the 90s. Like, we live in this 2023. Like, get with the program, people. I'm sorry to preach like this, but it just drives
everybody's comments are loving
that's
it.
why we do this fucking show, is for what you're doing right now. And
it just drives me nuts.
But you're hearing a side that most people don't even think about when it comes to that kind of stuff, because they haven't done the research and they haven't looked into all of this kind of stuff. And just like Jared was saying, the whole reason we have an app is we've got 5,000 downloads, and all I have to do is send one push notification and 5,000 people get that push notification.
Exactly. Now, if you wanted to do that on Facebook, you'd have to pay them $5,000. Like, I mean, you know how this works. They have an algorithm. Every Instagram does it. Everybody does this now. It's pay to play. It's pay to play, baby. Like, they don't care about us. They care about their platform.
That's it. Well, I know we're running short on time for you. You got another interview to get to. How can people find September Mourning?
SeptemberMourning.com.
There you go. See, exactly. SeptemberMourning.com.
If you want to get to all of our links, we have the NFT site on there, one of them, but I have a link tree in my bio on any of my social platforms. September Mourning has a link tree in their bio on Instagram. Go on our link tree and scroll down all of our NFT projects. They're all up there. We have one NFT project right now. It's open for 2 days. It's called September Mourning Resurrection. So you mint one of these NFTs. You can mint it for $18. It's a Dark Man card. It's like Magic the Gathering card. And it's like a Dark Man card. And basically, if you mint like 3 of them, you can burn it for a Reaper card. And if you get the Reaper card, you unlock a download of the song. And you unlock, like, if you get the next Reaper, if you burn 6 of them, you get the next Reaper card. And if you get that one, you get a download of the song and a download of the graphic novel. And the rewards keep growing and growing. It's a gamification of our IP. And it's also a way to bring the actual, our collectors and our fans into our storyline, because I think that's super important.
Man, that is super cool. Emily, have you ever been to the Gulf Coast before?
The Gulf Coast. Yes, I have, actually.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Well, we're looking forward to having you again.
Yes, it'll be really nice to be down there. I can't wait to play for you guys. We can bitch about the music business. It'll be amazing.
Before you leave, I have one question.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
How long does that take?
3 hours.
Jesus.
3 hours every night. 3 hours. So these guys that want to complain about doing what they're doing and changing a guitar string, 3 hours, bitches.
Well, Emily, thank you so much for joining us. We are going to play the Guardian video here in a little bit.
Nice. Thanks, guys.
Just to familiarize everybody if there is anybody on here that is not familiar, we're going to make sure they're familiar. But thank you for joining us, and looking forward to seeing you March 18th at Rockin' the Sound.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Guys, backstage is Dark Remedy, but because of originally September Mourning backing out, and then they had to come back in, so we had another band. So we're behind a little bit. Give us just a few minutes. We got to do our grudge match, and then we're going to come to you guys, and we're going to give away a guitar and talk about Dark Remedy. So here is the grudge match. Features 2 new bands, because Love the Hate went into the Hall of Fame, and the bands are Ninth Planet. And you will get a kick out of the beginning of the Ninth Planet video, because the Ninth Planet video starts with a bank robbery in Gulfport, Mississippi. And then you're going to hear the other challenger will be Silent Theory with their new one, Agony. But in order to do that, we got to get it started right. So video number 1, video number 2, you'll be able to vote on Facebook. You'll see a poll. If you're not on Facebook, you can join us on YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. Put number 1, number 2 in the comments. But let's get rolling. Here comes the grudge match.
tragedy, it's killing me and honestly dragging me through the happening and falling. The forgiveness, maybe some commonalities. I won't let you down. Give me just a second, I'm taking it in, imagining that everything I'm gathering, shattering my reality. It's giving me a feeling, its motive is to dismantle me. I won't let you down. I won't let you down. I couldn't take the word of gravity as I reached out, all the way down. I had to feel the awkward agony as I cursed out in vain at the wings that had let me down. I couldn't take the word out. I couldn't take the word out. I couldn't take the word of gravity. And now I'm stuck here in the, and now I'm stuck here in the, and now I'm stuck here in the agony. Let me down. Let me down.
All right. There is video number 1, and that was Silent Theory with their latest single, Agony. And we're going to keep it rolling now. So video number 2, you're going to see the poll pop up if you're on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook and you're on YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, definitely throw in the comments video number 1 or video number 2. Here is video number 2. It is the band Ninth Planet. The bassist and the drummer live here in Pensacola, that I know for sure. The beginning of the video talks about Gulfport, Mississippi. So I'm not sure if the whole band lives down here now. They are originally, I think, from Michigan, or Minnesota, one of those MI states. But here they are. This is called Best of Me. It's Ninth Planet, and it is the Grudge Match, and you are watching The Sound.
In a third incident this week, 5 armed suspects are on the loose after robbing a bank in Gulfport, Mississippi earlier today.
She's got edges and whiskey whispers, yeah. She ain't walking around. Can't contain her, she'll keep you begging and make you drop to the ground. I keep closing my eyes, thinking about all of the things you do to me. With one hand on the prize, I realize that you always get the best of me. things you do to me. With one hand on the prize, I realize that you always get the best of me. With one hand on the prize, I realize that you always get the best of me. With one hand on the prize, I realize that you always get the best of me. With one hand on the prize, I realize, yeah, you always get the best of me.
All right, there you have it. That was video number 2. That's Ninth Planet. It's called Best of Me. 2 good
dig
ones
it.
there tonight.
I dig it. I love the Gulfport shout out, like you said in the beginning. That was killer.
So let me get these out of here real quick. And the voting is up. The poll is up. So if you want to vote, video number 1, video number 2, more than welcome to. But let's keep this ball rolling as Dark Remedy is in the back, and we are going to let them in right. Wait, hold on. Right now. Gentlemen,
What's going on, guys?
how are you guys?
Hey, everybody.
I'm going to, for the time being, take that away for a minute so everybody can see everybody. So what's going on? Tell us what's up.
Well, we've got a lots up. I know you guys have been playing our debut single, Blood Money, quite a bit, and our hats off to you for that. We greatly appreciate it. We just put out Blood Money last month, and it's doing its thing on the radio, and the support has been tremendous and overwhelming, and we are just super happy and super humbled. It's very cool.
So I have to ask, because we were talking before you guys got on, before the show started, and I'll play a video. I'm getting it ready for the show and all that kind of stuff. And I'm more listening to it than I am watching it and all that kind of stuff because I'm doing other things. And then Jared was watching it, and he spotted Mexus in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's him.
got Nexus in it.
So, I mean, Jared's a big Saturate fan. So,
Yeah.
so he noticed that. So is Dark Remedy just you two?
Yeah. To give a little bit of backstory on how we got together, Steven and myself have known each other for many years. Steven produced my former band, Sinister X. He produced our stuff. And, kind of when COVID happened, Sinister X was primarily a live band, so shows weren't happening, anything like that. And we had been so tight over the years, we kind of always thought we should eventually do something together musically. We just kind of click on that level. And COVID was the opportunity, so we got together. We started writing music and working on stuff. We kind of just thought it was going to be like a little COVID side project, but the first single we put out with no promotion at all, just like, hey, to our friends, here we go. If you want to hear this, it's here. Go listen to it. And the response was tremendous. So as time went by, we're like, hey, I think we actually have something here. Maybe we should get serious about this. So back in October, we hooked up with Paul Crosby, and that, as the rest is history. That was a game changer. I know Paul's watching. What's up, Paul? We love that man. He has been very instrumental in just the short couple months since we brought him on board and what it has transpired.
So hold on a sec. He put in there, I'm also in the video. We know that, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just chose to omit that one because you've been in enough videos.
Yeah. I did notice that too, Paul. Kevin just didn't say it.
Yep.
So anyway.
Yep. And he's drumming on the track, and you know, we love it.
Awesome. So we're gonna play the video, but we're also giving away a guitar.
That's right.
So I know Paul and I originally talked about it. There was gonna be a post on y'all's page, and we are gonna send everybody there and have them tag the sound, and y'all would randomly pick somebody. Is that how we're doing it, Paul?
We'll have to defer to Paul on that.
So anyways, Paul will answer on that, but yeah, we're definitely giving away a guitar here this evening, or within the midst of this evening and tomorrow, or however many long it takes to get, is what the comments that we want in there. But let's get into Blood Money a little bit. So tell us, as Jared loves to say, tell us everything or tell us nothing about the song.
Well, I like to say, Stephen and I joke all the time, you know, when somebody asks, what's the song about? My response is typically, well, what does it mean to you? Because whatever it means to you is what it means to me.
Right.
But no, you know, we haven't really told the story of the song, but and I don't know that we should. But it's kind of funny how it came together. I don't know, Stephen, what do you think? You think we should talk a little bit about that?
Whatever you're comfortable talking about. It's nothing too crazy. So when we initially were coming up with the song, Carrie has this knack for coming up with just like cool phrases and weird things like that. And so for me, as like a producer songwriter, I can just take that and run with it. And so
I'm like the rock and roll hype man.
Right. So he just threw at me like, hey, I'll sell my soul and buy it back later. And I'm like, okay, I can do something with that. And so about 5 minutes later, I had a acoustic guitar demo, like through Facebook Messenger, sent it to him. And then we fleshed it out that way. So we've been kind of doing this, you know, like I'm over here in my studio in Richmond. He's down in Virginia Beach, and he travels a lot. So this has kind of been like a long distance thing. So it just kind of came together through the internet. But as far as like what the song's about, you know, getting more into kind of what the band is about too. We came with the name Dark Remedy during COVID because, you know, we want to write music for dark times. And so a lot of our songs just kind of deal with a lot of the things that we were dealing with, like being alone, feeling lonely, kind of getting that cabin fever, feeling crazy. And then also the news and information that was being fed to you during that time, you know, it's stuff we've never seen in our lifetime. So without having too much of a political bend, because I want everyone to be able to relate to it, right? Blood Money is kind of like just putting a mirror on what we were seeing, you know, over the past couple years with what's going on in the news and just how crazy things have gotten, and just to kind of let people know, like, yeah, it is crazy, and there's other people out here that see it too, and you're not alone in your little bubble. Like, we're all in this together, right? So,
all right,
that's kind of the vibe.
Here's what we're gonna do. Paul said whatever I thought works best. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna share the screen real quick, and if you see it, this is Dark Remedy's Facebook page. So if you go to their Facebook page and see this post where it says live show and the Grudge Match talks about the show tonight, go in there and comment the sound, tag the sound in those comments on Dark Remedy's page, and you will be entered in the opportunity to win that guitar signed by Dark Remedy. That's
and the cool thing about that guitar is that was actually on the set of the Blood Money music video with us. We signed it. You know, what you saw in the video, we stood in that room and we all signed it right there on the spot. So
very nice. Very nice. So let's get into the video now, and then we'll come back and chat with you a little bit more. Here is, God, I hope I put the right one in there. Here is Blood Money. It is Dark Remedy, and you are watching the sound. There you have it. Blood Money from Dark Remedy. And I checked over. There are some comments going up. So if you go to Dark Remedy's Facebook page and you'll see this post, I'm moving my mouse around like I'm circling it, like people can see that. Let me try this. So you'll see this post. Make sure you go in and comment the sound, tag the sound, and that'll automatically qualify you for the autographed guitar that they will be giving away. So, guys, that I love the rhythm on it. It's just
Thank you.
That gets my attention, is that rhythm, and it just kind of gets me bouncing and things like that, and I love it. So, what's going on for the near future for Dark Remedy?
A lot. to say, as bluntly as I can, it's a lot. We have been, while the radio push and everything is happening for Blood Money, we are busy, hard at work on a handful of songs that people will be hearing very soon. The follow-up to Blood Money is finished, and that's on deck. So as soon as Blood Money does its thing, we're ready to drop something else. Our goal is to, and it always has been, even during the COVID times, is to release a continuous stream of music and content. And the further we get into this thing, because even though we've been together since the idea came around in 2019, it actually happened in 2020. We're approaching it right now like we're just a brand new band that just, the second we brought Paul into the picture, that's when we were born in our eyes. So, we know that we've got an uphill battle in getting our name out there and getting our music out there and getting heard. So for what we can do right now to facilitate that is just to continue to release, hopefully, badass music.
Yeah.
Garrett?
Yeah, no, I was waiting. I didn't know if you was about to say something. Yeah, man, that's a great plan, and I like the wherewithal to understand. Would you say 2020? But you're still looking at it right now as you're a new band, right? Because
Right.
It does, dude. It takes a long time to get your name out there. With having those COVID years at the beginning where you couldn't tour, everything was online or had to be. It's a good perspective to have. I dug the video, by the way. I didn't get a chance to jump in and say that, and all the colors and the idea, the tone of it, man, it's really cool.
Thank you. Well, we
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah, shout out to Adrian. He was the videographer on set. He did a really good job. Had a good vision for the video. So shout out to Check 1 2 Productions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, look them up.
Adrian was
Look them up.
fantastic.
Yeah, really look them up and get a video made.
So if
But
somebody,
yeah, no,
oh, go ahead, Jared.
no, I was done.
Oh, so I was going to say, if somebody's looking to find Dark Remedy, what is the easiest way for them to find you guys?
Well, on Facebook at Dark Remedy Band, Instagram Dark Remedy Band. Now, I have to admit, we are terrible at the Instagram thing. We're getting better. Like Emily was saying earlier, it's not enough to just play the guitar or the instrument anymore. And we're adapting to the times, and Instagram is a big thing right now, so we're starting to push that. We'd always push Facebook, but also darkremedyband.com. We're looking into some other avenues too, but pretty much on Instagram, Facebook, anything we've got to announce is going to go on there.
And somebody saying we want merch.
That's coming very soon.
Right.
Very soon.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Anything that we can do to help, let us know. We will continue to spend whatever you want us to spend for you. We got you. And we'll go from there, and we'll continue to spend blood money until you're ready to give us something new.
Well, I can say this about the something new. We have a philosophy in this band that we try to outdo ourselves at every corner. And I can tell you that this next song that we've got coming out, I think it's gonna really resonate well with people. So we look forward to that, and we greatly appreciate the support and everything you guys do for bands. You know, without people like yourselves doing it, it makes it that much more difficult for us to get our name out there. So we appreciate you.
And thank you guys. And like I said, let us know if you need anything. We're here to help. So next time you guys want to hop on, just you guys reach out or have Paul reach out, and we'll do another episode with you guys.
Will do. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Love it. Love it. Love it. So before we get into our next guest, I am going to, where's it at? I'm going to play this. The Rockin' the Sound pre-party is happening March 17th at the Cannery Bar and Grill. Kick off the Rockin' the Sound weekend with Tantric.
I know the breakdown. Everything is gonna shake now someday. I know the breakdown.
Tantric with Smile Empty Soul.
Do it for the drugs. I do it just to feel alive.
Lines of Loyalty.
I'm not the one. I'm not the one you're looking for.
And the Gulf Coast favorite, Awaken the Giant.
Those pretty lies are so untrue. I fooled
It
you.
all happens Friday, March 17th, the Rockin' the Sound pre-party at the Cannery Bar and Grill in Biloxi. Tickets on sale now for $20 at thesound228.com. Being brought to you by Herbal Alternatives and the Sound 228. Come enjoy the party and win tickets to Rockin' the Sound March 18th at Point Cadet Plaza in Biloxi. Damn.
That was good.
I
Sound
like
the
it.
guy that did that was in radio, professional. He sounds, I don't know.
You would think at some point in his life he probably was. So, but at that moment, here we go. So here's how it went down tonight. We were supposed to be Dark Remedy and September Mourning. And then Emily said she had that other interview and wasn't going to be able to do our interview. So I said, okay, we'll do another date. I reached out to Lines of Loyalty real quick, and they were very gracious, quick to get back with us. And then September Mourning said, oh, we're going to do it. I was like, well, we're just going to do everybody. I'm not canceling anybody. So Nubs, the lead singer of Lines of Loyalty, is now in the house.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
First of all, I want to say thank you for doing this on a very short notice, with just in a matter of a couple hours being able to hop on and be with us.
Yeah, no problem.
We are super, super fucking stoked to have you guys down here March 17th as part of the Rockin' the Sound pre-party with you guys and Smile Empty Soul and Tantric and Awaken the Giant. And now we've got Fire Follows and Horizon Theory. They're going to be playing inside while you guys are outside. We're just going to have a good time at the pre-party. But tell us all about Lines of Loyalty.
What do you want to know?
All right, so let's go from the beginning. How did Lines of Loyalty become in existence?
So long ago, our band wasn't called Lines of Loyalty. We were actually called Mixed Company, and we went by that name for quite a few years. We also had a female lead singer, so we were a four-piece. And then we weren't actually, none of us were the original members of the band. We all replaced people. So we had this name that we didn't create, that we were all in, you know. So it was like, man, you know, and some things happened. And we cycled through some guitar playing with some other guitar players. And then, you know, we lost the singer. We decided to part ways with her and do our own kind of thing, and branched off and became this like power trio for a while, and then boom, Lines of Loyalty. So now we have a name that kind of shows us who we are, what we represent, and what we're doing. And yeah.
So when things started to go, when you finally made the name change and you're starting to put music out and things like that, what brought you to the point where you're at now, where you're getting to that point? I like to say when bands are just at that moment where it's almost there as far as what people would consider famous or it. Yeah.
I have to give a big thank you to our our management, of course, and Ricky Storbeck. He has been such a big hand in this band as well. He's pretty much the fourth member of the band. Like we are all together. He does a lot of singing with me at a lot of shows. He believed in our band, and he wanted to see us do a lot of big things, and he helped us along the way with many things. And we're all very grateful for him, just because he's such a great musician at that too, to be able to perform with us, as well, and have inspiration in the songs and songwriting and that kind of thing. So people, from our hometown in Kenosha, Wisconsin, the Wisconsin area, they know like us as that. Like it's a super group. Like it's just it's really good. Like I could say he put a lot into us and believed in us. You know what I mean? So like he stood there and saw us grow into what we are, and he's like, you know what, these guys have something. I want to help them out. So he owns a venue called 1175 in Kansasville. It's a great venue. It's live at 1175 events. You can check it out on Facebook, and then I think they have Instagram and then also their website. But it's a great concert venue. We play with a lot of big bands there. Puddle of Mud. We played with Tantric there. A bunch of bands, like a bunch of bigger bands, and he has them come there. So that's kind of how we got a little recognized from the scene, is playing with these big bands at that venue, and then we started branching out and playing at bigger venues and more places all across the U.S. pretty much.
So when you talk about your writing and stuff like that, so take us through the writing process that you guys go through to create your magic.
So that plays a big part with our bass player, Rito Ianni. He writes, I'd say, a good 70-80% of the songs, like especially lyrically and somewhat musically too. Me and him, when we get together, like I'll put my spin on it or add a couple different things, and then I come up with like certain ways to play the riffs and the different guitar parts.
Sweet. And we threw this together real quick, but you taught when I was talking to you on the phone, you talked about how you are a tattoo artist as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
One thing I thought was neat, and I saw it on your on your Facebook post today, is you guys are coming down to play this pre-party, and it happens to be on St. Patrick's Day. And so all of a sudden there was a shirt today out
there
and about for Tantric Smile, Empty Soul, Lines of Loyalty, March 17th, 2023, for St. Patrick's Day. And I was like, damn, I'm going to have to go pick up one of those, because that's the show we're fucking doing.
They're on the website too. If you're not able to get one at the show, you can order it as well. So
tell us how you incorporate your tattoo artistry into some of the stuff that you're doing as far as like merch and things like that.
So it's pretty much like, I mean, we're all pretty creative. Rito, Shane, our drummer, he does a lot of drum heads. Like he'll do paint markers and stuff. Right. We all kind of inspire each other on different ideas of what we want to do with something and how we want to do it. Really, it just comes down to like, we all come up with stuff and then we all proof it. And if we all agree on it, then it becomes a merch item or a specialty item or something like that.
I like it. So we're getting ready to roll into, we're going to show the video for Windless War.
Okay, cool.
Tell us a little bit about the song Windless War.
Man, that hits in many different ways. And, I would say, to sum it up really short, would be a war that you fight that you just never win, no matter what you do. Like it's a winless war, no matter how many ways you come at it, you just never seem to get through it, so it's a rough one, but it was very fun to do. I can say that. We went out to California, out in Los Angeles. It was pretty neat. It was a different experience doing a video in a different, state, flying across the US and then ended up somewhere in the middle of a desert and going, okay, let's do this. So.
Well, we're gonna roll into it, and then we'll come back and we'll chat with you for a few more minutes. Here is Lines of Loyalty. This song is Windless War, and you're watching The Sound.
have any fresh coffee?
Are we all out?
They found us. I don't know how, but they found us. They're coming.
Where do we go when the home that we made is crumbling, crumbling? How do we stand in the house that we built is made of sand, made of sand? Tell me a reason, 'cause I don't believe in any of the words you say. All the games you play, I can tell by the way you lay. We're crumbling, I couldn't be the man you wanted me to be. We fight a windless war. Don't drag me down, you tell me you want more, but I see you drown in the distance. I can't fix this, I just have to let you go. We fight a windless war. When did we know that the time that we had was closing in, closing in? Who do we tell when the things that we do are a detriment? Who do we blame for the cops we are dealt with this life now? So give me a name, 'cause the blood of our hearts are bleeding out. You break me down when you're not around. You break me down, I could never live without the misery. We fight a windless war. Don't drag me down, you tell me you want more, but I see you drown in the distance. I can't fix this, I just have to let you go. We fight a windless war, windless war. How do I run when the ghost is inside of me? Where can I hide when this is reality? Chasing me down, the darkness is my destiny. Who do we fight when we are the enemy? What do I do when they are in front of me? Follow me blindly, the darkness is my destiny. We fight a windless war. Don't drag me down, you tell me you want more, but I see you drown in the distance. I can't fix this, I just have to let you go. We fight a windless war. Don't drag me down, you tell me you want more, but I see you drown in the distance. I can't fix this, I just have to let you go. We fight a windless war. We fight, we fight, we fight a windless war. A windless war. A windless war.
Good stuff right there, man.
Yeah.
I love
Thanks.
that tune. And if you think about it and you think about the words and you think about what that song is about, that's everybody's life. Every day there's some sort of windless war that you just gotta say enough's enough. And
Yep.
you're right. It hits hard when it hits. So but I will tell you this, we are super stoked. And I've said it before. The original show was just Tantric and Smile Empty Soul. And then Alex called me and said, "Hey, I got Lines of Loyalty too." And I went, "Let's do this." And we want to make it a regular occurrence that we bring Lines of Loyalty into the Gulf Coast area on a
Hey,
regular
that's cool.
basis.
That's awesome.
So
We love that.
we want to take pride in not building nationally, but in our area, we love to build bands. And
Thanks, man.
we go back to, let's say, like Egypt Central and
Egypt
Kingdom
Central's my shit. That's
Dude,
my
man.
shit right there, man.
There's a little bar called Thunder's Tavern. The first time I booked them there, we had 20 people. The last time we booked them there, we had 400.
Yeah,
And we love to do stuff like that. And I love to sit back and go, okay, they played here once. This is what. So the band that most recently we've been working with and doing that with is the band Kingdom Collapse.
Mhm.
And
those are good friends of ours. Yeah, we played some shows with those guys too. So yeah, they're great.
We're super supportive of all of them, and we appreciate everything that you guys do when you share out our stuff and talk about us and tag us in your
man. Always
in your St. Patrick's post today. You tagged the sound, and I was just like, I was like a loud, proud daddy. I'm like, oh, I love it when bands tag us. It's fun. So
it's great.
It means we're doing something right, apparently. So
means I'm doing something right apparently too, then, huh?
What's that?
Yeah, I said it means I'm doing something right apparently too, then.
That's it. We help each other grow. That's the best thing about it.
For sure.
Did I say ask where they can find Lines of Loyalty the most?
No, but I can let you know all the places to look. Best way is www.linesofloyalty.com. Our merch store's on there. Usually our tour dates, shows, videos, shorts, pretty much everything you need to know on there. Also, you can check out Lines of Loyalty on Instagram, TikTok, Lines of Loyalty, Facebook, Lines of Loyalty. We have a fan page too on Facebook. It's Lines of Loyalty official fan page, I'm pretty sure. So Twitter.
I am a member of that one. I can tell you that.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much.
I'm checking out your tattoo page as well.
Thanks. Yeah, you can check that out on Instagram, Nubs Tattoos. Most of my stuff's on there. I'll be in Detroit March 3rd through the 5th at the Motor City Tattoo Convention. I do that every year. Me and my buddy Bryn, we got a booth together. I work out of his shop actually in Columbia City, in Indiana at Crafted Fate Art Collective. It's pretty awesome place. If anyone's looking to get tattoos, that's where I tattoo at.
Nice.
Check that out. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we have a nice tattoo convention down here on the Gulf Coast called Ink in the Coast. It happens in October.
October. Well, if I'm not busy in October, I'll try to sign up for that one. Send me a link.
I'll send you the link. A buddy of mine that's done most of my tattoos used to have a shop in Gulfport, Mississippi. He's now I believe he's in Alaska now.
Cool. Awesome.
He does the actual convention. He flies in and puts the convention together and everything. So it's a really good deal. So
nice.
Definitely. Nice. Well, Nubs, thank you so much for the short notice and hopping on with us. If we get another opportunity, I'd love to talk to you again, maybe right before the pre-party.
For sure, man. No problem.
Working your way down, we'll figure it all out. But thanks again for hopping on with us, and everybody go check out Lines of Loyalty. It's amazing stuff. I promise you.
Thanks, man. Yeah, make sure to check out YouTube. Our music videos are all on there. If you haven't seen all of them, there's I believe three music video, like official music videos on there, and there's a bunch of live stuff and different things as well. So that's also Lines of Loyalty on YouTube.
Check them out. Get acquainted before you see them at the pre-party, because that pre-party is halfway sold out, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one. So now, thank you so much, and we will see you March 17th, if not before then.
Cool.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Later, man.
I love that band, man.
Yeah, I do too. I'm looking forward very much to seeing them at the show.
Yeah. I think that's about it. What did I forget? What have I forgotten? I know what I've forgotten. Hold on.
Bud Light, Mitchell Distributing, and the Cannabis Candy Shop and Kratom Store present Rockin' the Sound 2023 with Nonpoint. Rockin' the Sound 2023 coming to Biloxi March 18th with Nonpoint and Adelita's Way. Rockin' the Sound 2023 with Nonpoint, Adelita's Way, Gemini Syndrome, Blacktop Mojo, Any Given Sin, Otherwise, Kingdom Collapse, September Mourning, Cold Words, Transient, Suns on Fire, and Falls from Grace. 12 bands, one day. Rockin' the Sound 2023 at Point Cadet in Biloxi on March 18th. Get your tickets now at thesound228.com. Being brought to you by Bud Light, Mitchell Distributing, Cannabis Candy Shop, and Kratom. Wake Up Music Rocks, Massive Media, Fuel the Fuel Entertainment, Spade Images, The Cannery Bar and Grill, 434 Management, Raid Booking, and The Sound 228.
Lisa has absolutely no faith in me at all.
I don't blame her.
God, bless America. So the Grudge Match voting, the winner tonight by 81% of the votes is Silent Theory and Agony. So they will move on to the next episode, which I totally screwed up and did not have that one ready. So
That's okay. Click away. You'll get it.
Yeah, it's coming. I promise you, as soon as I find it. The next episode is massive, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean massive. Where is it at? Is it this one? It is this one. Here we go. Let me get it in there. So our next episode, our next episode is going to be the 22nd. It didn't take. The 22nd. Where'd it go? The 22nd of February. So in 2 weeks, here it comes. You ready?
Yep. Hit it.
Seventh Day Slumber, Blacktop Mojo, and Nonpoint. Elias from Nonpoint will be joining us on this episode. Massive, and it has two of the Rockin' the Sound bands and one of the bands that is just taking everybody by storm right now in Seventh Day Slumber.
Yeah.
So,
their song, I think it's Halos that we've been playing.
yes.
And we played was it on the Grudge Match we played it, Kevin?
We did play it on the Grudge Match one time, yeah.
That one, you talk about hitting home and shit. You know, that one, that one's a little tough to watch in a good way.
So one more time, February 22nd, we are going to start 30 minutes earlier at 7 o'clock because we're going to try to get a lot of stuff in. Seventh Day Slumber, Blacktop Mojo, and Nonpoint. I'm excited. And we'll be playing, and we'll have the new video for Nonpoint with their new song Heartless that comes out next week. Perfect timing for a song called Heartless. It comes out on Valentine's Day. So, I love it. I love it. I love it. So we will congratulations to Silent Theory. They picked up the win in the Grudge Match, so they'll take on a new challenger at the next episode. Blacktop Mojo, Nonpoint, Seventh Day Slumber. We'll be here. We'll probably bring Lisa and Matt into the fold too. So who knows?
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun time. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we will talk to you soon.